It's about how many times you've gone around the sun. And if you've gone around the sun 107 times, you have a sort of systemic advantage over those who have only gone around the sun 17 times, particularly if you're chiseled and you don't have to pee. And so you never, you can literally read this book and never until you see the role of Robert Pattinson played by Tito Bear stop to think about how it's criminal. I mean, it's not just regular criminal; it's massively criminal. You know, it's not like Harold and Maude. It's like Harold and Maude 30 years from now. So yeah, the other kind of reading is where you read critically. And the wonderful thing about being able to read critically is that you can read in both these ways at the same time. I straight up love Twilight. No joke. I read it in one sitting, and then I read New Moon in one sitting, and then I read Eclipse in one sitting, and then the last one, it took a while. But it's awesome world building. Edward Cullen is crazy hot, and all that stuff. But at the same time, because I've spent a lot of my adulthood reading critically, I was able to both enjoy it and be whoa, wow, every 3 seconds, which is a very enjoyable experience actually. I mean, I think so. When you're in school and you're reading for symbolism and you're oh my God, if this person tells me that the red hunting cap represents his dead brother's hair one more time, answer the right joke if you haven't read it. Spoiler. Sorry, I'm right. You say spoiler before the spoiler. I'll learn that someday. When you read Catcher in the Rye and you're learning this, and it's a little bit annoying sometimes and you feel like the book is being ruined for you or whatever, what you're learning is you're learning how to read critically and non-literally, which is a hugely important skill even if you don't care about books, because non-literal communication is 95% of how we talk to each other and how we tell each other how we feel. It's how we're able to interpret the mixed CDs that the boys we like give us, and how we're able to understand our place in the world, and learning how to do that better is a very valuable skill even if you don't care about books. And it also allows you to doubly enjoy Twilight. Okay, maybe one more question, then I have to announce some winners. Yes.
You kind of mentioned some worst days of your life, for the best day.
Oh right, I didn't play best day. I'm a little dark. You know? Hank is the funny one. That's my brother. It hurts because it's accurate. Okay. The best day of my life. I'll tell you one. I mean, the day I got married was really nice. That was fun. But it was a lot of stress. It was kind of a lot. It was a good day, but it was So I'm walking down the street in New York City with my wife and inexplicably my parents, who, had a terrible time with me because I was a horrible kid. This is a good last question. Really, just had to kind of not give up on me over and over and over again, and never did give up on me. And my parents are there because Sarah and I are going to register. We're getting married. We're going to register for glasses. Something you cannot relate to at all. I cannot think of a comparable high school experience. Yeah. Something boring, but where you're going to get a present. So we have to go in you have this little gun and you point to the glasses you want, and then your great uncle buys them for you. Or Sarah Forbes. You're the only person here who gave me a wedding present. And we're on our way, and my book, Looking for Alaska, had come out 9 months before, and it had done nicely, it had found an audience, and I was really pleased that it found an audience, and I got a lot of nice emails and stuff. But it wasn't a runaway hit, and I was a little worried about my ability to not work and everything. Not so much writing, but not working, which was a huge priority to me at the time. Still is, really. And we're walking down the street, and I get a phone call, and there's this big award in the world of children's books called the Prince Award, which is the teen equivalent of the Newbery. And it's a pretty big deal. It's as big a deal as we have in our little pond. And I get a call, and the person says, "This is Michael Cart from the Prince Award Committee," and then hangs up. And I was like, well, that turned out to be awesome because then my dad pulled out the camera because I was like, it was the Bridgewater Committee, but they hung up. And I was like, maybe, and I was convinced that they called me by accident. And they had like maybe like a list of like 6 people, and I was like the one who hadn't won. And they were like, oh crap, you saw John Green. Hang up. But then my dad had the camera out, and it was the second time I'd seen my dad cry, and the first time was when no one would dance with me in my cotillion dance, and I came home and I was like in 8th grade, and I told him, and I couldn't stop crying. He cried, and then and so he was kind of crying, which was really moving to me. And they called back and they were like that they said that I won the Prince Award, and well, actually, looking for Alaska won the Prince Award. I'd like to think it about me, but we both won. And then I was like, I don't think I can register for wine glasses right now. And so we went to this Irish pub, and I mean it was just a miracle to have my family there, and this girl that I was about to marry, and like I was about to like start this new life, and that was probably the best day of my life. Nothing against my wedding day, which was also wonderful.